Radical. Welcome to Radical Rapid Fire, comment response for June 28th to July 4th, 2021. Part 2. Red Stratus 97. The NBA Finals, starring the young future stars. Yeah, the shorter schedule had to be rough on many veterans this year. Indeed, a lot of the veterans did get injured. Talking about the young future stars, it's a good thing. It's a good thing, you know, to see Devin Booker, to see Giannis out there, even though Giannis is injured also. Game 2 is in the bag, and the Bucks lost a game 2. Some people are saying, hey, you know what? No problem, just relax. It's what they were supposed to do. The Suns were supposed to win the first 2 games. I don't see it like that. Did you know in the finals, the stats are there's only been 4 teams. 4 teams that have come back from a 0-2 deficit in the finals. So the statistics are against the Bucks. Sean A. This thing was announced back in 2018, and I only know of it this year because of your channel. Laugh out loud, this thing is just going to be an Ouya Plus. Yeah, you hear that, Tommy? You know, a lot of people know about the Intellivision Amico, like Sean, just because of the Radical Rick channel. So, you know, it's on you to create this great product and bring it out, you know? Yes, so it's on him, Tommy, right? You can advertise all you want to. At the end of the day, I was thinking about something else. I forget what it was, but you can advertise things all you want to. But if people don't want it, they don't want it. So it's on Tommy and the Miko team to really kind of nail this, you know, reveal and release in 2023 or whenever it's going to actually come out. INXISIV. $15 is the top tier on the CU Podcast Patreon. It's a good point. That's a great point. I misspoke when I said that $25 was the top tier on Pat the Nest Punk's Patreon. But to be fair, $25 is the top tier on his join, which is basically kind of like the same thing as Patreon. Only his join is worse than Patreon because you don't see anything on the join. All that's hidden behind YouTube. Easy G. You were very nice with this video. The stock photos are used at the beginning phase. IGN, Digital Foundry, and Sam M, Major Gaming Media see it as the trash shovelware that is. Well, I try to be very nice and fair in general, you know. Misconception is that I'm not a nice person, okay? I'm a very nice person, both in real life and on here, until people give me a reason not to be. Hydro Thunder. Hey, Rick, you gonna do a video on Bill Cosby? Laugh out loud, he is a free man now. Got out of slammer, just gonna give me some Jello pudding. Hey, I'm home. Rudy, Claire, Theo. That's about the closest I'll get to doing a Bill Cosby upload. The Winged Avenger. But amico means friend. You should have faith in your friends. Anyone who's against the amico is against friendship. Well, that's a good argument there, you know. It's like if you name a console the Sega Money. Just call it the Sega Money. Who's against money, right? But friend. Yeah, having friends is great. Friendship is great. But I don't know. You know, the way it's currently set up, you know, would you still have a friend if you convinced a friend to buy the Amico for $300, unless they're just like bonkers rich and they can afford to just kind of waste their money, you know? But yeah, still being fair and objective because it has not released yet. We have not seen it in stores. We have not experienced the games. So, I mean, there's a part of me that says hold off judgment until that happens, but hell, you could still kind of judge it on what has been shown. And it doesn't look good based on that. GT Carcione. Wait, did Tommy just admit that he had confidential misinformation? Yeah, you're the guy there. GT Carcione. And I'm going to shout you out for giving me that term that I used in the previous Amico upload. Confidential misinformation. I don't know how somebody can have confidential misinformation, you know? You going to sue somebody for confidential misinformation? That's pretty hilarious. Vito! Why should Pat get a day job if he has supporters who are funding his work? It's a question. Why should Pat the Nest Punk get a day job if he has supporters who are funding his work? Well, that last thing you said there, work. I don't know exactly what kind of work Pat, and I'm doing that thing with my fingers. I'm not sure what kind of work Pat the Nest Punk does. Kind of like Review Tech USA. I'm a hardworking person. I read articles all day. What kind of work do these people do that requires them to get monetary donations for their YouTube channels talking about things? I'm not sure. You say, why should he get a day job? Oh, I don't know. Integrity? Just integrity is a good reason. Having a job is a good reason for any, younger able-bodied man, just get a job. It's not that hard of a damn thing to do. Why is there such an anti-job movement? I don't understand it, People talk about many things, but I'm like, what's so controversial about just telling people to get a fucking job and quit begging for money online? I don't understand it. Martyville, can't wait for the Amico. It will be more amazing than spending time with a girl you like. I'm going to have to disagree with you, Martyville. Hopefully you were joking there, okay? But I would actually, as far as playing with cornhole, let's just say that, cornholes, I mean, maybe that's not the right, gully holes. I don't know. Gully holes are far funner on girls than the cornholes and playing cornhole, But if you put them beside of each other. Although, to be fair enough, sometimes girls taking them out, the upkeep, keeping them happy, that's far more expensive than $300. So the Amico has a point there. Majin Ian. What the fuck kind of thief has a plan to hang around and only steal half the money, hoping the person will come back so they can barter with him? Ah, poor Reggie. Guy's always struggling to try and keep up with his buddy Aluminum Jesus. It's like when y'all fail at failing. I like that. Aluminum Jesus, Well, I don't see any way, shape, or form to where a thief would actually only take half the money and hang around hoping the person would come back. Like if you're telling a fake story, the key, Reggie, is to actually make it seem believable. But it's like a double, triple, quadruple fail if you upload something like that and you actually believe people are going to be that stupid. Or possibly, you have to actually question the intelligence of somebody that would even upload that and not understand that people are actually going to call it out, right? Or one could maybe say that maybe he did it on purpose so there would be a discussion around it and more channel interaction. I don't know. The whole thing makes my head hurt with the stupidity of it. Andy Garcia. How does someone forget money from the ATM? Well, it's easy, right? What happens is you see maybe, let's say you're at an ATM near a game convention or something like that, Well, Reggie would easily forget that if he saw somebody walking by with a rare Japanese RPG, and he would probably wave to them, hey, I only have 15 copies of that, will you sell that? But even then, there's no reason. There's no reason you would forget to get money out of the ATM, because money is a very important thing. I just don't like that. Two sides of it, he would have to forget the money, and then the thief would actually have to hold on to the money and only wait for him to come back. The whole thing it's just laughable. It's just laughable, Andy. Rando 1975. I posted a comment on that video asking why he wouldn't get the bank to check the camera. Apparently, I was shadow banned even though that was the first comment I ever left on the channel. Well, Rando, that's kind of how the Metal Jesus crew operates. They shadow ban people that actually, question things about the videos they're uploading. They question Reggie about the ATM bank story. They question Metal Jesus on, if the Bird Crap game is actually, is rare or sought after at stadium events, right? The thing is, when you question these people, you can't really do it in their comment sections. They will just very quickly shadow ban you. So that's how the crew operates. People say, well, Radical Reggie and Metal Jesus, they're completely different people. I'm like, well, not in some respects. They share those similarities. Ragoon Online. I'd rather be a hypocrite than the same person forever. Adam Yonch. I get that thinking. People say, well, that person's a hypocrite because they said something different than they did before. But I think it's a thing of time. Whereas if you look at something that someone said maybe 25, 30 years ago and then something they said today, I would say that's more or less a person maybe just kind of growing out of that old person. You know, every single day, we don't have the shedding of skin every single day, every couple hours. I think it's over a long period of time that we change, but that's just part of being human. And no one, I think, is really the same person forever, even though you keep some similarities that you had, you know, from your past, you know, and when you were a kid. There's some things about you that's always going to be the same, but there's always things that's going to be changed. But I think when people look at hypocrisy, they look at it more like, well, that person just said this last week and now they're saying something completely different. Gerald Hapgood. I'm with you on this simply being a matter of objectivity. Giving credit when you think credit is due only serves to validate criticisms when they are also given. People who would have an issue with this are likely not able to be part of an honest dialect in the first place. Great point. You know, I'm going to give credit where credit is due to people and individuals, right? I don't have these situations to where I'm always going to look at something 100% like, you know, one way, unless that's the only way to look at it. I think that's something every person that is being critical online should actually understand. To not get yourself to try to not get yourself emotionally involved in what you're criticizing, or else, you know, you become a bit conflicted, I would say. So definitely, if Metal Jesus did something incredibly good, or, you know, or uploaded something that was just revolutionary, then I might mention that, because I'm just not invested in being, well, I'm going to be fair and objective, is what I essentially am saying. Haddington Rose. I think mine will go directly in the trash. I'm pretty sure any relatives who are alive will think it's all worthless and just toss it all in the trash, or take it to a Goodwill, or the like. And you know what? And I'm honestly fine with that. I'll be dead, so why would I care? I don't see myself passing away and then looking down, being angry, Haddington Rose, that all my stuff wasn't perfectly preserved in my house, because it won't be my house. There'll be no need for it for me, because I will be dead. A lot of people hold on to these collectibles like they're never going to die. And it's a sad thought that we're all going to pass away. In fact, if I sit down and actually think about it right now, I might shed a tear thinking about the fact that I will no longer be living on this world, enjoying the life that I currently have. I think that in bitter sweetness, that's the saddest thing of all. But I won't care about these things, my possessions on Earth. I don't think I'll have a kid, so I don't think I'll ever really pass it down to anyone. So whatever happens with it after I'm gone doesn't matter to me.